person, Deixis or Deixis, the phenomena of requiring contextual information to create the meaning of a phrase. So this is a phenomenon by which we get the contextual meaning in a phrase or in an utterance. We know that who is speaking to whom, etc., or about whom. So it stipulates what is a deictic reference to the participant role of a referent. It refers to the participant roles of a referent in a conversation, and these roles are such as the speaker, the utterer of a phrase or of a sentence or an utterance. So the speaker is actually the deictic center of his or own deictic references. When I say I, so it means that I, the pronoun I, is the center of this deictic roles that we find in this expression. I am, for example, or I make any sentence. The second is addressee, to whom I am talking to. And then we have the referent, which are neither speaker nor the addressee. It may be sometime present there but not being addressed directly, or he or she may be referred to. So these are the basically three participant roles: the speaker, the addressee, and the referent, whom we are making a reference. The deictic center is a reference point in relation to which a deictic expression is to be interpreted. So the deictic center is very important. For example, when I make a sentence, I'm here now, so I is very important to understand the whole conversation or the topic that I'm talking about, or the person whom I am talking to, or even here where I am. This pronoun, this adverb here is also meaningful when it is said in this sentence, and it relates to the pronoun I or the deictic center. The deictic center is also most typically the present time, location, participant, role, and so forth of speaker. So it is the deictic center which actually determines the participant roles, their location, where they are, and who is the speaker. So it's very important to understand. Remember that it is the deictic reference that makes our conversational clear to each other, because it provides us a context for a conversation. If we are without any context, we cannot understand what actually the meaning, or the topic of the conversation is. So it's very important to understand these deictic references. So the speaker, the actual location, and actual time of the utterance are respectively the deictic center for the interpretation of I, here, and no, now. So whenever these pronouns are used, so they become the deictic center: I, now, and here. So from this place, by this person, at this time, the conversation is taking place. So I'm here now. So this is the deictic center. What is the participant role? This highlights the relation that people have to each other with regards to their involvement in a speech event. So in every speech event, the participant role determines these. From this deictic center, we determine the participant role. Who is the speaker, who is the addressee, and who is the referent in a discourse. What is an addressee? What is an audience? What is a speaker, and what is a target, etc. Person X is concerned with encoding of the role of participant in the speech, even in which the utterance in question is delivered. So the person with encoding of the role of the person. So, for example, when I say I, so I become the speaker. When I say you, you become the speaker. And when I make a reference, make a reference to somebody out of this conversation, he or she becomes the referent in our discourse. So, there are three basic three-part divisions, such as first person, second person, and third person. Especially with regards to third person, a deictic reference to a referent not identified as the speaker or the addressee. Referent is neither the speaker and not the addressee, and usually employs the gender that the utterance refers to. And especially, you see, when I say I, the pronoun I does not refer to any gender. It may be he or it may be she. It may be a male or it may be a female person. And similarly, when we use the pronoun you, it can be a woman, it can be a girl, it can be a man, it can be a boy. But when we use this referent, we also make a distinction of the gender. He, she, it, and they. Especially in singular pronouns, we have a distinction of the gender. It's only available in third person. So, pragmatic meaning is determined by the context, as we are discussing. In this case, deictic reference, the crucial contextual element is the point of origin of the utterance, like, when will you be back? So, for example, so it makes clear that I'm asking somebody who is my addressee, and when I say back mean come to this place where I am the speaker of the sentence. I should be back by 8, but you know what buses are like. So in this, the I refers to my addressee of the previous sentence, and back mean at this place. So this is very important that we must know the meaning of a conversation through these deictic expressions. These uses of language pick out a person, a place, and a time which can only be determined by the context in which it took place. So, when we use language, we use these words, and with the help of these expression, we can understand who is speaking, whom one is speaking, and about whom one is speaking, at what place and at what time. So, deictic person help us determining the deictic center of the conversation or the discourse, and then who is being addressed and the referent about whom something is being said.